Howdy folks, Stock here with Last Best Tool, and I'm going to wade into the weeds again on the whole Klein, Home Depot, Lowe's thing. A few things have happened, and I've noticed and talked to a few folks, and I'm more confused probably than ever. So first of all, this is kind of the center of the video. This is a Klein electrician's leveling kit. Now I don't know any electricians that need leveling, I'm sure there are some, but it was on sale. It was a blowout for 13 bucks. 13 bucks for a basically a small but precision-made heavy-duty level and utility knife with the Klein logo and, well, I don't know how good it is yet, but it looks good. So I figured, why not? I'd try it. And also because I noticed this quite a while ago and actually talked about it in one of my videos. In the moment Klein was blowing out their tools at Home Depot, like this one here. This is my favorite 9-inch diagonal cutting plier. It's my favorite diagonal cutting plier. There aren't a whole lot of 9-inch ones to compare it to. But anyway, they went from 40 bucks down to 10 bucks on this thing. Amazing. You know, it's like they want to get rid of it. Well, anyway, I had mentioned that I saw this kit in a brand new Klein display. So on one side of the aisle, they were you know, basically trying to get rid of their Klein, but then they also brought in more Klein. And this has only got more confusing because if you go to the Home Depot website, it looks like you can order about any Klein tool in the world. In fact, you just put in Klein tools into the Home Depot website search, and you get over 2,100, over 2,100 hits. And I jumped way in on a few of the pages just to see, and there's still all kinds of Klein tools. And they also carry, or they also are selling a lot of the really niche ones for very specific or particular electrical applications. And that's important for a different reason that I'll get to in a sec. But anyway, I thought I might as well try one of these, and there were just a couple of them left, and then they're going to all be gone. And the reason I was on the Home Depot website is I went to see if this was on a blowout on the website, and it's not even mentioned on the website. I couldn't find it. So it might have been a special thing. But anyway, where I'm headed is I stopped by Lowe's. And one of the things I was interested in was this. This is a little Klein magnetic. You could wear it on your wrist or use it on a tool handle or something like that. It basically allows tools or things, you know, to stick. So I'll do a video on that in the future, but I'm kind of curious about it. They're about 20 bucks. I'm going to explore those further. But I talked to the guy at Lowe's about Klein and said, you know, how's it going? Are you selling a lot? You know, seem popular? And he was like, you know, sort of. He didn't want to say no, but that's kind of where he was headed. And then he said something that was kind of telling. He said a lot of the electricians are not that interested in, you know, piles of more Klein pliers and all the usual stuff that hangs on the wall, the strippers and the cutters, etc. He said they want more of the diagnostic stuff, or the more niche stuff, or the more powerful meters, multimeters. Lowe's was only carrying one of them, and it was like I think it was a $29 meter, something like that. Maybe you can get more. Maybe it depends on your Lowe's. But he said that the folks he was interacting with were not impressed and were not buying a lot of stuff. I also noticed they reduced the price on their Klein pack out, whatever their stuff's called. T-Stack maybe, or is that DeWalt? I don't remember. But anyway, their pack outs like things, they've reduced it even more. They almost got it down that I may get one. I think it's great looking stuff. But anyway, back to this. I was kind of surprised that they didn't have the higher end stuff that the electricians wanted if they were going to really try to push Klein. Yet I go on the Home Depot website and I can find all of that stuff. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's take a look at this thing and see. I don't know if they'll be available by the time you get around to looking for one if you want. Be a great little Christmas present here, but I'll open these up. Look at that nice, you know, tail on these zip ties. Not that impressive. So what I'm going to do is free the level here. and kind of compare it. I have a handful of different Klein levels. This is one of my favorites. It usually goes in the bag with me. I've got a couple of others, you know, the standard, less featured, doesn't have the conduit screw on the end. But anyway, this one also good. This one I've dropped a few times too, so I've got some dings and dents in it. But Klein just makes excellent levels. Anyway, what this is, I'd put this more in the Stanley or Empire category, but I do like the orange. And in fact, it told me that I would like the orange because right here it says, bright orange color makes these tools easy to see in a tool bag or on the job site. That's true unless you've got a whole bunch of Klein stuff, because then everything's orange, so you're looking for an orange tool in an orange bag. But anyway, looks like a solid design, aluminum. Has 3 magnets, which are reminiscent of the magnets that are on this. This has 4 for this size. 4 larger ones, as a matter of fact. And this also has 4 large ones. So I wouldn't put this, you know, any place. Yeah, it's not, definitely not near what these are. So obviously, but then this thing's, I can't remember what these are, 30 bucks or something. They're not cheap. But anyway, so you get a level, 3 different positions. Sometimes these are real handy because you aren't too worried about them. But it is better probably than the plastic ones. I could do some testing here. Looks like it's about the same. But let's get this knife out of here and see if that's worthwhile. And to open that, I'm going to use one of my favorite package opening knives. This is the Klein folding Hawkbill here. It's because you can just dial it in, slice around. You know, the Hawkbills are just, a good sharp Hawkbill is just amazing. So here it is. Let's see what this thing's like. Looks like a push button for a release there. It does have the wire stripper part down here. Looks like a useful clip. So that's the push button to both lock and unlock. So it's quite Milwaukee-esque. Loosen it up a little. It's got kind of that overseas aluminum feel. This is rubberized here. Looks like it's got a solid enough lockup in there, so not too worried. Blade, Klein Tools blade, easily slides out. Now there's a question, it came up with one of my Olight videos, the Olight knife. This was a push button versus a screw. Some people didn't like the push buttons. This one, you know, I like sometimes where there's a 2-stage push it down and in or something like that, just to absolutely make sure, but usually don't have much trouble. Looks like they've got a, that's kind of interesting there. I don't know if that's a blade stop. It's just a bent piece of metal. I haven't seen that before. Just sitting there at the bottom. Maybe it's because, yeah, this thing would just, I don't know if it'd just continue. Anyway, see, feels solid lockup. You can adjust it there. But anyway, for 13 bucks, seems like a good deal. I don't know if you can get them again. I don't know what's going on with Klein and Lowe's. The other thing I noticed is there seemed to be a bit of a refresh of some of the Ideal tools at Lowe's. There were still plenty of them. None of them were on sale that I could tell. Maybe a screwdriver, but that was kind of interesting. The Milwaukee and encroachment at Home Depot was about half and half. Half Klein and Greenlee or something, or I can't remember if it was Greenlee. But anyway, a couple of other brands of electricians' tools, and then a bunch of Milwaukee stuff. So, you know, they are going into the Milwaukee side of things. But it's kind of interesting just looking at Klein as a tool brand that's getting kicked around. I'm sure that Home Depot is still making a killing on Klein tools, and Lowe's probably paid a fortune to get it back. Apparently it started with Lowe's when the boxes took off. So anyway, there it is. So they showed up in time for Klein to be blown out, this kit, and now this kit's blown out, you know, at the $13 level anyway. But then Lowe's seems to have quite a bit of Klein, but not the stuff that, according to this one clerk anyway, who works right by the Klein display, said they just aren't satisfying the professional electricians. So, I don't know, I'd be curious. We got a lot of good conversation when I do these kinds of videos, so certainly jump in and let me know what you're thinking as well, and what's going on in your neck of the woods with Klein, with Home Depot, with Lowe's, and with Milwaukee and Ideal, which are the other players in this sausage making that's going on. And with that, Doc out.